Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Jeff, and today we're going to have some fun playing Magic, and we are playing a Xanathar Guild Kingpin deck. I'm really excited to dive into this card. 6 mana, 5/6. At the beginning of your upkeep, choose target opponent. Until end of turn, that player can't cast spells. So if it's our turn, we chose the opponent, which there's only one opponent to choose. They can't cast spells, so they can't do anything about anything we're doing in our turn. And then we may look at the top card of their library anytime. We may play the top card of their library. So play means not just cast, so we can actually play their lands as well. And we spend mana as though there any mana to any color to cast this way. Anyway, so there's a few different ways that you can dive into this deck. First off, making sure that we can actually manipulate the top of their deck would be really useful to make sure that we can cast multiple spells. Making sure that we have enough mana to be able to go off with this is actually really good. And I was gonna dive into green because green does a lot of those things. You have like the different cards that lets you play it in multiple lands. You get to ramp up like crazy so you can play lots of stuff, but I wanted to also do something different instead of just a Sultai deck. And I decided to dive into the treasure side of Dungeons & Dragons here to go Grixis, which I think will actually work out very well here. We have so many new ways to create treasures that it's actually terrifying and exciting and really, really cool. So Xorn, first one, 3 mana, 3/2. If you would create one or more treasure tokens, instead create those tokens plus an additional treasure token. So anytime we're going to create a treasure token, which we only really ever create one token, we get to make extras instead. And this also does stack up because it's not legendary, so we can actually make quite a few extras at times. We have Prismari Command, which makes treasures. We have the Magma Opus on the top end to make treasures. Also, it's something to ramp up into for our deck. Goldspan Dragon. Forsworn Paladin comes in, and you can pay 2 to tap it, make a treasure token. We have Kalain, when it enters the battlefield, create a treasure token. We have Skullport Merchant, when it enters the battlefield, make a treasure token. We have lots of ways to make treasure tokens, as well as Unexpected Windfall, instant speed, 4 mana, additional cost to cast a spell, discard a card, and then draw 2 cards, create 2 treasure tokens. Great way to make sure we're digging through to find Xanathar, and also to make sure we're making tons of treasure tokens to get up to Magma Opuses and whatever else we need to do. And so that is kind of the plan of this deck, is make lots of treasures, get value from the treasures as well. Kalain says that if we ever cast other creatures you control enter the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter for each mana from treasure spent to cast them. So if we cast a Kalain or maybe a Goldspan Dragon for 5 treasures mana, which I believe is just any mana for treasures. So like if Goldspan Dragon's out as well, like each treasure taps for 2 mana or whatever, and then you can have a really sweet amount of mana. Anyway, it comes in as a 9/9 with flying and haste. I believe that's how it works. And so that's really sweet. That's actually a lot of extra damage. So Kalain is a sweet extra addition to this card, as well as just being a 2 mana ramp spell at the same time. And so really busted. Mimic is in here for the same reasons. 2 mana ramp spell that we can use just for sacking to get some extra, play the things that we need to on time. Or it also becomes a 3/3 creature whenever we need it to. It dodges board wipes. It's pretty powerful. So that's the deck, guys. Let's go ahead and dive into the gameplay, see how this one does for us, and wish me luck. Here we go. Before we dive into the gameplay, a quick reminder to hit the subscribe button. I'm already 50 subscribers up for today, and it's 9 a.m. And so I'm really grateful to you guys for subscribing. I love new sets because it brings in lots of new people that enjoy good, fun, janky stuff. And if that's what you like, hit the subscribe button because there's more to come. Up against Canleos. And we will keep this. This is actually a beautiful hand. We have Kalain on turn 2. We're going to play this out tapped. We only have one Shatterskull Smashing. It is one of our best removal spells, but we want to make sure that we can play all of the other things here without bolting ourselves. All right, play this out on black. Play out Kalain. Pass the turn. We could go for the Unexpected Windfall in this next turn to try to dig for more lands, get rid of Xanathar, get more treasures. If we hit a 4th land, we actually guarantee to play it out. There's another land too. Play this out on blue. Could also just play out Xorn before we go for the Unexpected Windfall. I could actually use this treasure to make it a little bit bigger, dodge more removal, dodge Heartless Act. So yeah, let's do that. Let's go ahead and add red here. Xorn. Down to 20. There we go. Kalain is actually, man, pretty sweet. I'm excited for this. Shadow's Verdict. I hate you so very much. So much do I hate this person. All right. Unexpected Windfall. Actually, this is instant speed. What am I doing? Pass the turn. Psh, psh. All right. Sanctum Stone Fangs. Let's see if they have discard first. Okay, get rid of a Xanathar. They obviously have really good removal right now, and that is bad, I've decided. Okay, so play out. Do I want to hold on to Prismari Command here? I can play Xorn and Skullport Merchant. So play out Xorn. Play this out on blue. Play Merchant. I'll create 2 treasures here. Okay, Baleful Mastery. I'm kind of okay with them getting rid of our stuff and them using up good cards. We want them to tap out so we can get to Xanathar. All right. We might just have to play it out and keep going. Attack in. Like, what else could they have? Goldspan Dragon will be a pretty nice thing as well. Man, I know the only thing they have there is removal, but we have to get through the removal at some point, right? So let's go ahead and play this out. So they can't cast spells on our turn if it survives through to the upkeep. So until then, we're still good. So pass the turn. I can sacrifice, pay 2 mana to sacrifice this to draw a card if I want to. That does give us more cards to be able to work with Prismari Command. That means we use up both treasures though, which at this point I think is actually okay. Yeah. Yeah, this means that we can actually dig a little bit deeper for the draw 2 there as well. We already have our 6 mana that we need. The treasures don't matter as much there, except for a Magma Opus, which could be really nice. I want to play this out now. If it gets targeted, I still get to use Prismari Command. So, Goldspan Dragon. Oh, except I tapped down wrong. I needed to hold up a blue mana. Oops. In that case, we'll go ahead and play out the island. Attack in. So let that resolve. Yeah, sacrifice, draw the card. Actually, this card has done quite a bit of work for us so far. Like, just we've had to use the mana, use the treasures, whatever, but still, it's not bad just to be able to sacrifice something that's already about to die. All right, well, Magma Opus is pretty sweet play, so we'll go for that. Attack in. Yeah, this Sanctum of Stone Fangs is still doing a lot of work, though. Okay, play out Temple of Malice. Get rid of that. Now we know what we're going to draw into, and pass the turn. The Sanctum of Stone Fangs has done a lot of work. It is disgusting. All right, Magma Opus. So there's one. We tap down some lands. This means if they do decide to remove this before our turn, they're tapped out, and hopefully we can get to do more stuff. Forsworn Paladin's not bad either. Anything else I want to do before combat? Unexpected Windfall can let us find the dragon, which could be really nice. So let's go ahead and do this main phase. Get rid of... let's see, what do we need? We might need more red mana, so get rid of this. I mean, we have treasures, so it's not that big of a deal. Okay, goes for Heartless Act. We still have a treasure to play out, so we still have Goldspan Dragon available, even if I do this. So let's do this. Sacrifice. Draw another card. There's Mimics. Mimics are great. All right, sweet. Because we know they have Shadow's Verdicts, so Mimic should be at least better. Forces them to have certain types of removal. Put this out on black, actually. Forsworn Paladin means I can attack in for quite a bit of damage on one turn, so I actually might hold on to that because I can play it out and pump up one creature like crazy. So we're gonna go play out Mimic right now and pass the turn because we know that they have a higher chance of having more Shadow's Verdicts. Gray Merchant of Asphodel. Okay, 3 damage. That's my turn. Xorn. We don't actually have that much removal. I need to Prismari Command this. Let's go ahead and go with Mimic. They're tapped out right now. Forsworn Paladin. Attack him with both of these guys. We can kill the Gray Merchant based off how they block with the Forsworn Paladin. Or we can also just get in for a little bit more damage here. They have another Gray Merchant, then we're in lots of trouble. All right. 8 damage. Pass the turn. 7 mana. They might have like Peer into the Abyss and whatever else. Okay. Extinction Event at least kills Gray Merchant of Asphodel. They didn't attack in first, which is really nice. They're down to 3 mana. They have less removal with that. I need to draw a card here. First things first, let's get in with Mimic. Have 4 more points of damage there. I think that we just try to go fill the board up here. Man, they just have so much life gain. Okay, play out Xorn, play out Merchant. Pass the turn. Extinction event on even. Yeah, okay. So we'll draw a card with Xorn. I could sacrifice itself, I guess. So it says another creature. All right, there we go. Magma Opus is great. Play out Field of Ruin. Activate Mimic, swing in. Down to 10, pass the turn. Down to 6. Dude, this has done all of the damage except for 3 damage. It's so ridiculous how much damage that's done. Okay, Magma Opus. I want to draw right now. Try to find Goldspan Dragon. All right, opponent scoops it up. So we finally got there. We had 7 with Mimic. We had another 4 points of damage there to make sure that even if they had removal from one of them, we could do it. Whew, all right, we got there. That was a janky game altogether, but that worked out pretty well for us. Yeah, I mean, I feel like we were really resilient with this deck. The biggest issue, which I knew going into it, is that I didn't have as much interaction and removal, but we had the ability to be really annoying, and that's what we did. All right, up against Lord Brooklyn, and Opus on turn 2. We have a hand, so we'll keep it. We have ramp, we have card draw, all of the great things in life, and plenty of lands, it seems. So play out. That was the worst land to play. Dang it, what am I doing? I meant to play out the mountain. Now we can't Magma Opus on turn 2. Oh well, we actually have plenty of treasures that I might just want to hold on to these and use them instead. Like, with how many lands we've drawn, we get to make a treasure here, make 2 treasures there. We get up to enough pretty quickly. So let's actually create a treasure. Do I want to deal 2 damage to them? No, draw 2 cards as well. So there we go. Kalain is sweet. Let's get rid of... I don't want to get rid of too many lands now if we are going for Opus. Mimic seems good against a control deck. Let's... It might be Kalain that we drop. It does make treasure when it comes in. We could drop 1 Opus and hope to run some of them later. Like, we're still very far away from that. So that probably is the right play. Play out. Do I want to go Unexpected Windfall? Need to play this out on red if I do. Okay, opponent scoops it up. Awkward. All right. Dang it. I hate losing because I was just trying to think through my plays a little bit more. Or, like, they definitely scooped just because I was taking a long time. I'll take it, though. I'll take it. All right, up against Sen, and we'll keep this. Man, Magma Opus has actually been a little bit awkward this time because we want to be playing black mana on turn 1 for a lot of different things that we have. We have a lot of our cheaper spells at 1 mana, or in black mana. And so we are going to play out the Forsworn Paladin. We can make treasures with this all day long, which is really nice. We'll probably play this out on red. Because we want the double red to get up to Windfall. All that stuff. Yeah, and Goldspan Dragon seems legit. Yeah, so we're gonna pass the turn. Make a treasure with this. I can't do it at instant speed, right? I didn't actually check. Okay, making sure. Yeah, pay 1 life, create a treasure. We can Unexpected Windfall, try to find lands. We already are playing a land, so we're good there. Should actually attack in. I could also just make a treasure here, go for Goldspan Dragon with that, but I want to draw cards, so. And we're fine dropping a Magma Opus for that. Or another Windfall. Pass the turn. This card is looking better and better each time I play it. Like, it's a decent card. All right, they go for shock. Okay. A counter spell for this Unexpected Windfall would be really bad. Okay, that's what's going on. All right. Yep, auto pay. Opuses are actually going to be really important here, and I think we can get there with Goldspan Dragon. We have to hit a land here to make sure that we have enough treasures to have a chance to do more stuff. All right. It's a lot of Opuses. So what can happen is if they cast 2 spells potentially to kill Goldspan Dragon, we get 2 treasures, which means that if we have 1 treasure left, actually we get attack in, we'll have enough to catch Magma Opus. So pass to my turn. So we're going to need to bolt this in. A little bit scary. Swing in. Okay, pass the turn. Only one red source. Okay. Play that out on blue. So they're gonna pump up with Stormring Entity. I want to try to kill it without having our Goldsmith Dragon die. How big could they make it? It could get really big. 4 damage may not be enough. We'll wait until they block. We can at least... I think it's okay to trade off with Storming Entity. If we get to make sure Magma Opus resolves, we have to draw 2 cards, do all this kind of stuff. So let them cast the first spell. Opt. While that's on the stack... go for this. Oh, the Prowess is on the stack. So everything here... tap down... 2 more. If they have any kind of protection, unless we pay 3, we have the ability to pay 3. How about that? Okay, resolve with the Prowess. Resolve. Auto pay. They could have another one. Okay, miscast again. Nice. I did not expect miscast. That's brutal. I was expecting a lot of other things, but not a miscast. I guess it makes sense for their deck because they can cast it on their own stuff just to get more prowess triggers. All right, that was brutal. Wowzers. Down to 12. Temple of Epiphany. I don't think that's good enough. It does make a treasure. We're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that gets us up to 8 for Magma Opus. We have to not be dead on this next turn, though. And I don't know if we can ever kill a Storming Entity. We have to try to hit something better. Even though it does a lot of what we're wanting to do, it's not enough. I'm not going to use Field of Ruin because it gives them a chance to hit more red mana. Like, I can get rid of the Temple of Epiphany, but... no. I can also get rid of one of these Magma Opuses to try to get the other one available. Okay, we're taking 6 right now. And another tapped land. Kind of surprised they didn't play one of these on red. They must not have that much red stuff in here. Okay, down to 6. Prismari Command is interesting. And hopefully they don't have another miscast. If they had 4 of those, it's ridiculous. I think we kill Sprite Dragon. Storming Entity is annoying, but we can actually kill this for sure. So 4 damage there. If they have a 3rd miscast, this is ridiculous. All right, well, that's fair. Yeah, that's dumb. that was ridiculous. Oh. All right, up against Leon, and we do have Xanathar. We don't actually have a way to play much stuff though. With a scry though, that's the biggest thing here. We do get a chance to scry, and if we can scry into black mana, that'd be great. But that's too risky. Yeah, this is a much better hand. Much better hand. So keep this. Drop a Xanathar, play out Swamp and Paladin, and pass the turn. All right, play this out on red. I think we play out Mimic over using the Paladin. This still ramps us up just as much, but it also potentially gives us 4 power to attack in with for the next couple turns. If we're not drawing into lands. Hunt for specimens. This has Menace. Blue mana. So if I just make a treasure here, that gets me up to 5 mana. We can get to Xanathar a little bit quicker. Going for Containment Breach on this. So let's just pass the turn. If they want to kill the Mimic with that, I'm kind of okay with that. Okay, tap land, so no killing it this turn. Okay, make a treasure token. This also has Menace, which means that we can hit in for a little bit of damage if we just have tons of mana too. That's actually why I like this. It's a good turn 1 play as well as everything else. That's fine. Like, it's good turn 1 play, and if you have just tons of mana in the late game, it's really powerful too. Menace and Death Touch becomes really powerful. Yep, pass my turn. That's a Goldspan Dragon. Okay, there we go. Down to 15. Pass the turn. It's kind of sad to see Mimics go every time, but I mean, you always go for the Goldspan Dragon instead. If they have removal, right, and they're digging for it, if they have removal, they still have to target this, which gives us a treasure. Unfortunately, we can't cast anything right away with it, especially because we haven't hit lands. But we're that much closer to a Xanathar. So they have a Heartless Axe. So if we have a land off the top, we have Xanathar. Okay. Lots of removals so far. All right, well, Kalain's not the worst. If it survives, it's actually quite great. Pass the turn. Bastion of Remembrance. And Xanathar. And now it dodges Heartless Act. I like it. Now it's a really big creature too. That Kalain is pretty sweet. Goes for Village Rites right away. I mean, if they have more removal, that is brutal. Unfortunately, we're hoping just to be able to hit some lands off of their deck. That's what sounds great. Rude. Dude, come on. Give me a flipping land. Okay, we're going to try to draw just to hit lands. We'll make a treasure as well. All right, Opus and... Is it double Opus that we get rid of here? We're making a treasure so I can actually play out the Paladin real quick. Xorn is kind of fun. We could probably get rid of Xorn, though, because it doesn't actually make treasures itself. It only makes treasures if other stuff does. But this combo with Kalain becomes really powerful. Let's get rid of the 2 Opuses. A 2/2 with Menace. Yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Another Bastion of Remembrance. Yay. Let's use Thirst. Xorn. Finally found a land. Down to 14 past the turn. Dude, I just want to untap with Xanathar one time. This is the reason why it's not going to be an amazing card, is because it's nearly impossible to actually untap with it. But when you do, it's going to be so sweet. At least I believe. I hope so. All right, swing in with Kalain. See if they want to double block. I mean, if we take 3 points of damage, it makes no sense for him not to have stuff die here. Yep, and they gain a ton of life. Kalain. 2 treasures, enough for a Xanathar now. Yeah, Lizette. Yikes. Oh, that's bad. All right, we had to start finding their stuff and put it into our deck. Like we need their cards. I want all of them. All right, come on, Xanathar. Don't die to stuff, please. There's a 7/8. It does block a lot of stuff, even through these guys. Even through the Lizette magic. Dual Passage. We probably ought to have a learn sideboard just in case we run up against someone that has learned stuff. I just realized we don't have a sideboard for learning. Any lessons in the sideboard. We need to do that. Professor Onyx.
Open your books to page... sorry, you don't make the grade.
This game's stupid. It's so dumb. Oh, they've had answers for flipping everything. Oh my goodness. You can't kill Professor right now. Could give something Death Touch, though. Okay, I can swing it with Kalain. Pay 3, give it Death Touch. Kill a Lizette at least. Oh, it's only if treasures were spent to cast it. Oh, right. Yeah, we're dead there anyway. Yeah, I forgot. So it's only if a treasure is spent to cast it does it get Death Touch from Kalain, from Forsworn. That's fine. All right, up against Flesh Ripper, we have Magma Opus and some things to cast, whatever. So we're okay here. I like the tap land first into Den. That's actually one of the nice things here. Den the Bugbear still works with a tap land to begin with. I can actually play those. I want blue mana. Brewing Crab. Guess I should have kept it on top. I wasn't thinking that through. Dude, I just want to flip in Xanathar. Let me get to it. At least they didn't have double Ruin Crab. Yeah. Full on meal. Here we go. Pass the turn. Yep. That's a lot of cards milled already. That is a lot of cards milled. Oh my gosh. Mana value 20. How many cards did they get? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. There's a 2 mana mill 8 card, and so that's actually not terrible, although it exiles them, which is crazy. Luckily, we have things like Magma Opus in our deck, so hopefully they won't be able to get too deep ever. Play out Mountain, play out... Ah, man. We can't actually play Prismari and still get up there. I want to get to Goldspan Dragon or Xanathar and pass the turn. Overwhelmed Apprentice. Yep. Got to restart Arena here soon. So this will probably be the last game regardless. Come on. They have milled so fast this game. Tasha's Hideous Laughter did a lot of work there. And I could definitely have done another like 5 cards pretty easily. Like, did we hit a Magma Opus in there? Yeah, so there was a Magma Opus in there. If there wasn't, oh man, that is so busted. Lots of blockers, so we have to go really wide. Actually, Goldsmith Dragon's probably the best way to go, regardless. Pass to my turn. Yeah, even if we hit a land there. All right, so Goldsmith Dragon. We have a clock now. Take that, fool. Do we want to get Mimic out? It kind of replaces itself as a treasure, so it's not that big of a deal, and it has a chance to do something else, although we're never getting through these guys, right? So let's... It might just be better to discard with Prismari Command at some point, which we don't really want to do. Pass the turn. If anything, we probably want to use this to deal damage to face. Into the story. That's good. That's good. See what kind of lands they've got. If they have a Ruin Crab. Ruin Crab again. Yep. So we're probably dead on the next turn. They probably have like a Fable Passage or something else in hand here. Pass in my turn, or pretty dang close to it. That's not bad. That was probably the best draw that we could have gotten. So if they don't kill us, we have lethal now. 3 cards to be able to do stuff with. If we've run into a Magma Opus... Yeah, we'll pass the turn. See what's available to us. Into the story. That's a good sign. That's a good sign. They have mill... Yeah, mill 12. They didn't play out another Ruin Crab. That's a really good sign. I think that's the last Magma Opus. MTG Assistant, what do we got here? What's left? Of course, we have all the ways to draw lots of cards that are still available. I'm not sure if this is actually keeping track. It's saying that we have lots of Magma Opuses, so never mind. Down to 5! That's 4. We go to 1. One card left. Do not have another. We got there! Good game. Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay. Draw. That's crazy. Go to main phase. Okay. Yeah, play out the other guy. So they saw what it was. Oh, that's insane. We got there. I probably should have showed off the Xanathar, actually. And then I think just for the sake of doing it, we're gonna jar ourselves out. So. Whew. All right. Oh man. Oh, that was crazy. What a game. Man, they built this out like crazy. That was super fun. we had the win right there. It doesn't actually matter anymore. We'll let them have it. Whew. All right, it looks like MTG Assistant isn't working just yet. It usually takes a little bit of time. Wizards didn't get the actual like card gallery available until like today, I think, like all this stuff, or yesterday. And so MTG Assistant doesn't have the ability to track all this stuff just yet, and all the different versions, all the different whatever. But if you guys want to check out their stuff, links down in the description below. It's definitely helps support the channel first off if you guys want to do that. And the stats and info that you get with all this is awesome. It shows a ton of good stuff normally. Right now, of course, doesn't have it, but within the next couple days it'll be there. So it's free download. It helps support the channel. Go check it out. Links down in the description below. All right. So this deck, I was really, really blown away by just how powerful this, not powerful, how fun it is. Like just the amount of treasures you can make. Kalain was awesome. Forsworn Paladin, awesome. Xorn, pretty awesome if you're doing things like Magma Opus and all this kind of stuff. Like we were getting up to those cards pretty quickly. Xanathar, we never actually got to untap with the Xanathar. We played it out, I think, 3 times. But never got to actually untap with the Xanathar, which was kind of expected. That's basically what was there. By the way, the art on Xanathar is totally Jabba the Hutt. Just real quick, I want to appreciate that this is basically a recreation of Jabba the Hutt right there. But it's really fun. I think the card could be really cool. It was a kill on sight card, and it was killed on sight every time. I think we played it actually like 4 or 5 times. And that's exactly the issue. It's just, it doesn't have haste. It's a 6 mana, wait until the next turn, and then maybe you get to do lots of really cool things. But even that's not guaranteed. And so we tried it. I'm going to try it again later, probably. Was the treasure route a way to actually try to get up to Xorn's or Xanathar? Yes. Did it work? And we got to there pretty quickly? Yeah. And a lot of times making it a big creature that dodged Heartless Axe, which then they ran out of Heartless Axe and had other removal every time. But it's okay. It's okay. We needed more counter spells. I think that's the biggest thing I was noticing, is that this deck was built fully around Magma Opus and Prismari Command being enough for the deck. And I was trying to go off of, well, we can find removal from their deck, and hopefully that's going to be enough to answer whatever's going on. And with Kalain making this a big creature, hopefully they can't really get in. And Goldsmith Dragon with Kalain would be really cool, which, by the way, that was really cool. I think there is just a really good Rakdos treasure deck. It seems actually kind of sweet. And so I think that I want to try some other stuff out with this, and it'll be pretty good. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This deck was a blast to play. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much, and bye-bye.